Hi, it's me again. I normally do videos about Seattle, but I wanted to do a video about something else today. I watched a movie called The Highwaymen, starring Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson, and Kathy Bates, and various other actors that you'd recognize if you saw them, but they are kind of forgetful name-wise. Anyway, this movie, The Highwaymen, was about pursuit and subsequent assassination of Bonnie and Clyde, and how history has glamorized Bonnie and Clyde. Now, Kevin Costner's character and Woody Harrelson's character used to be Texas Rangers before the Texas Rangers was disbanded, and Kathy Bates' character plays Ma, the governor of the state of Texas. Yes, back in Bonnie and Clyde's day, women could become the governor of a place called Texas. So anyway, in this movie, Kevin Costner gets brought back in. His name is Hammer. I can't think of his first name exactly, but his name is Hammer, and he subsequently tries to get Woody Harrelson to come back in to chase after Bonnie and Clyde. Now they're only supposed to be in the state of Texas, but they go as far as Louisiana. There's a small parish down there, and Clive borrows his. He's got family down there, so he goes and him and Bonnie, they go terrorizing, and history says that they were bank robbers. Like, they robbed from the rich and gave to the poor. But a lot of times, Bonnie and Clyde didn't rob from the rich and give to the poor. Bonnie and Clyde robbed mom and pop grocery stores and gas stations, sometimes for $5 and $10. They were more into the rock star status than they were into how much money they could make. And they stole cars to get around. A little known fact, Bonnie, she actually got into a car accident. Clyde didn't realize that he had seen, or he didn't realize that the bridge was out when they went through a detour that they were supposed to take. He missed the detour. They went straight. Anyway, their car had an accident, and acid from the battery spewed out onto Bonnie's leg. And it ate her leg in some spots all the way down to the bone, which meant that she was horribly deformed. And sometimes she had to be carried. She either hopped, she couldn't walk because her leg was so messed up. So she had to be carried for the most part by Clyde. And Clyde had issues of his own. Um, he got in from that accident. His leg got messed up too, a little bit. So they both kind of had messed up legs. But Bonnie had married a guy from school when she was 16, and he ended up going to prison for robbery. She never did go back to him. She never saw him, but she never divorced him either. So while Bonnie and Clyde were together, they were not actually betrothed, kind of. They were sweethearts, but she still stayed married to her husband, who went to prison. So in this movie, The Highwaymen, which you can see on Netflix, it's a decent movie. I mean, it's based on true story, a lot better than the Warren Beatty Bonnie and Clyde. This one is more true to visual facts. It's more visual, factual, and the story is more factual for keeping it within the confines of an actual movie. So yeah, as they were driving, a guy that Clyde knew faked auto repair on the road. Clyde stopped, and the guy that Kevin Costner was playing. The ex, um, the ex Texas Ranger came out with his gun, and everybody else came out, and they just shot the shit out of the car, and they shot the shit out of Bonnie and Clyde, full of lead. Altogether, they were roughly 130 some bullets that pierced the car, and 60 to 70 of those bullets ended up going into Bonnie and Clyde. When Bonnie and Clyde was towed back into town, the town was so overwrought with stardom that they tried to. One guy tried to cut off Clyde's ear with a pocket knife. Another one cut off some of Bonnie's hair. Another lady tried to steal some of her clothes, the blood-soaked clothes. Yeah, so it's just it's just a huge mess. Even though they were bad people and they killed people, mostly policemen. Altogether, total, they said there were 9 police officers that they shot at point blank range. And Bonnie was noted for pushing the police officer where he could see. Made sure that killed one, shot the other one to make sure that when she walked up on him, her face was the last person that he ever saw. And he would be laying there. Bonnie would take her foot and push him over to where she could see his face, and then she would just shoot him in the face, point blank range, just blow his head off. How anybody could do that is beyond me. If I had to kill for family, or if I had to kill in defense of my person, I probably could do that. I've never had to, so I don't really know for sure. But I do know that if it was in the defense of my family, I definitely would really do what needed to be done, and pray that God forgave me after it was over. If I had a way to stop it before it came to that, and if I could stop it any other way but murder, I would do that. I would try. But if there was no other choice between you and me, my life and your life, and my family's life and your life, I'm going to do whatever it takes and stop it. And I'm going to pray that your family forgives me and understands why. Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you about that movie, The Highwaymen. If you get a chance to see it, it's worth watching. Kevin Costner, Woody Harrelson, and Kathie Bates. Anyway, this has been All Things Considered, because I consider all things a movie review. Have a good night.